Tomoki Sakurai just wants some peace and quiet, but he keeps having dreams about an angel. One day, his classmate Aishiro Sugata sees something weird in the sky that looks like a black hole. He convinces Tomoki, along with their childhood friend Sohara Mitsuki, and the student council president Mikako Satsukitane, to check it out under the cherry blossom tree. When they get there, only Tomoki shows up. Suddenly, a girl with wings falls out of the hole along with some big pillars, scaring Tomoki, but he gathers his courage and saves her. She calls herself Ikaros and claims to be a pet class angeloid from a place called Synapse. She says she can grant any wish Tomoki wants. Tomoki gets excited and asks for all sorts of things, even some not so nice stuff. When he jokes about ruling the world, everything disappears because nobody would want him as their ruler. Feeling terrible, Tomoki tells Ikaros to leave, but then changes his mind. He wishes it was all just a bad dream. When he wakes up, everything seems normal again, except Ikaros is still there. After introducing Ikaros to Sugata and Mikako at school, Tomoki sends her home, but she gives him a special card. Sohara makes a fool of herself in class, so he later handcuffs Sohara to make her grant his wishes. But the card activates, making her clothing fly away like a bird. Sohara rushes to the New World Discovery Club room, but clothes keep flying away from her whenever she tries them. When Ikaros returns, Tomoki asks for her help, but he makes the situation even worse as all the clothing disappears. Sugata figures Tomoki wants a specific pair of clothing, so Ikaros and Mikako buy a bunch while the boys escort Sohara home, shielding her from exposure. Eventually, Sohara is able to get a piece of clothing similar to the one she had originally, and this frees her from the handcuffs, ending the shenanigans caused by the flying clothing. Tomoki and Sohara are frustrated with their math homework. They search for Sugata all over town until Mikako tells them he's camping outdoors. Sugata helps them out, mentioning the black hole might still be up there, though Ikaros doesn't see it. Later, Ikaros gets a list to buy curry ingredients, and Tomoki tells her to act like a regular person. They follow her to the store. She gets everything except meat, so she buys a baby chick instead, leaving them with veggie curry. They try fishing, and Ikaros catches a huge fish from the Amazon. Sugata wonders about her amazing abilities, but her struggles with math and not seeing the new world in the sky. He asks what she is, but she doesn't know and just wants to make her master happy, even if she messes up sometimes. The pile of undergarments comes back to Tomoki after traveling the world, and he uses them to decorate his house. But Sohara, angry, shreds the ones in his room. Ikaros lets Sohara use one of her cards to make the clothes explode whenever Tomoki touches or even looks at them for a day. So Tomoki is stuck at home while Sohara and Ikaros go shopping. Sohara tells a story about how Tomoki made her lonely birthday special. Later, Tomoki tries one last time to leave the house, but accidentally bumps into Sohara, causing another explosion. When Tomoki wakes up, Sugata and Mikako tell him Sohara is trapped in his house. He decides to rescue her, even though anyone else could have, risking getting blown up inside. Meanwhile, Sohara avoids Tomoki's search but ends up in his bedroom, where a panty robot guards his magazines. Tomoki defeats the robot, wrecking his house, and rescues Sohara to cheers from the neighbors. But then he notices Sohara's thighs and playfully pokes her, making her blush and karate chop him. Knowing Tomoki needs a place to stay, Mikako invites him and their friends to her home. They discover Mikako's family is part of the Yakuza. During dinner, Tomoki accidentally breaks a family rule and faces decapitation, but Ikaros saves him. The next day, they're flown to a deserted island as punishment. While searching for supplies, Tomoki eats a mushroom and faints. When he wakes, he finds only Sohara. They enjoy island life until Sohara is grabbed by a sea monster, actually Ikaros bringing back food. Tomoki asks about the others, and Ikaros reveals they've been watching the whole time. Mikako's family restores Tomoki's house, impressed by Ikaros' power. Tomoki discovers another angeloid called Beta-class Nymph in his living room. They all, along with the New World Discovery Club, head to the beach. Tomoki promises to go boating with Sohara but ends up teaching Ikaros how to swim instead. Sohara feels neglected and remembers when Tomoki tried to teach her to swim. She ends up far from shore and falls overboard trying to get her paddle. Luckily, Tomoki and Nymph rescue her. Tomoki apologizes, and Sohara forgives him until he ignores her again to teach Ikaros, earning himself karate chops. Later, Ikaros tells Tomoki she doesn't need sleep, and they return to the beach. Nymph follows but gets attacked by some troublemakers. When Tomoki tries to help, Ikaros scares them away with her angeloid powers. Out of curiosity, Ikaros and Nymph decide to join Tomoki and Sohara's class as new students. Sohara is excited to help them adjust, but they end up outshining her in everything, making her feel down. The boys in school start hitting on the angeloids and they get lots of love letters in their lockers. During science class, Ikaros teaches about flying, with Sugata and Mikako watching. Tomoki tries to fly using wings Sugata made, but he crashes. While he's recovering, Nymph checks Ikaros' protection levels and finds out she's an Alpha-class Uranus queen, explaining her passive behavior. The group goes to a festival at the Satsukitane Shrine where there's a cork gun survival contest. Tomoki gets chased by a lot of people wanting the prize money, but Sugata and Mikako help him out. They have a duel, then Ikaros shows up and stops everyone. Tomoki sends Ikaros away, and she meets Nymph, who questions her about her past actions. Ikaros insists she's just a regular angeloid, but Nymph disagrees and removes her protection levels. Ikaros, now revealed as an Uranus queen, overpowers Nymph but lets her go. Meanwhile, Sohara brings real bullets to the contest, causing chaos. Ikaros takes a bullet meant for Tomoki. The shooting range man wins the contest with Mikako's help, and they split the prize money. Later, Tomoki tells Ikaros not to risk her life, and she starts crying. At Synapse, Nymph gets in trouble for failing to bring back Ikaros. She pleads for another chance. Meanwhile, Tomoki and the gang go to a fair. Tomoki sees an adult DVD he wants but can't afford because Ikaros broke something else. Tomoki tells Ikaros to act more human, so she starts saying the opposite of what she means, making Tomoki and Sohara sad. Nymph plans to kidnap Tomoki, but ends up helping him try to make money at a flea market, which fails. Then Nymph makes Tomoki super popular with girls until she stops it. Tomoki thanks Nymph, who starts doubting her loyalty to her old master. Ikaros admits she was lying to fit in, which makes Tomoki and Sohara feel better. That night, Ikaros asks Tomoki how he really feels about her. Tomoki tells her a story about when she and Nymph disappeared, and how worried he was. Ikaros kisses him. Tomoki's high school is having a cultural festival, with a fancy private high school. Two students from the private school, a brother and sister, act snobby, so Tomoki challenges them to a battle of the bands. Mikako gets support using her family's influence, and so does the private school's PTA. During practice, Nymph shows off her keyboard skills and gets praised by Tomoki, which makes Ikaros jealous. But the gang finds out Nymph has another talent. They learn that the master of Synapse made Nymph do something mean to a bird. On the day of the festival, the private school orchestra plays a classical piece. At first, Tomoki tries to sing a questionable song but Sohara stops him. Eventually, they play their real song, and Ikaros surprises everyone by singing lead vocals. They win, and the audience cheers loudly. The festival ends with a bonfire dance where couples hold hands. Nymph and Sohara want to go with Tomoki, but they let Ikaros go instead. She enjoys herself but worries about how Tomoki would react if he knew her dark past. Tomoki invites the girls to a bathhouse, and they agree. But they take Ikaros' cards before they go. Tomoki decides to try something different. He asks Sugata for help, linking it to the new world. With Sugata's card, Tomoki transforms into a girl named Tomoko. The next day, Tomoko fits in perfectly with the students, and becomes popular with the boys, even though she acts like a stereotypical girl. Tomoko manages to arrange a trip to the bathhouse, and while the angeloids keep an eye on things, Tomoko has fun sneaking around. But eventually, the transformation goes haywire, and Tomoki gets caught. Sohara punishes him, and he has to clean the whole bathhouse. Later, the girls enjoy their bath with the angeloids, but Ikaros and Nymph seem worried. Tomoki tries to make Ikaros smile, but none of their friends' suggestions work. Nymph suggests they go on a date, and it turns into Tomoki dating both angeloids. They shop, think about movies, and visit an amusement park and zoo. While Tomoki gets a drink, Nymph compares the caged animals to themselves. Thinking it will please Tomoki, Ikaros frees the animals. But they attack Tomoki and strip him, leading to his arrest. After he's released, Nymph suggests the date should end with a kiss. But when she tries to kiss Tomoki, Ikaros flies away in pain. Tomoki moves towards Nymph, but she feels embarrassed and runs off. She realizes she's hurt Ikaros and can't make Tomoki and her sad anymore, so she goes to a remote place in the woods. Meanwhile, Tomoki finds Ikaros and walks her home. Suddenly, Nymph is hit by a powerful beam, signaling the arrival of two new angeloids, called Gamma-class Harpies. The Harpies tell Nymph they're helping her capture Ikaros because the Master of Synapse is worried about her. But the Master sees Nymph as just a pawn in his plan. Tomoki and the others get ready for their Christmas party at his house. Tomoki tells them not to worry about Nymph leaving because she's done it before. Sohara and Ikaros stay to cook while the others run errands. Worried about Tomoki, Ikaros goes out to find him. Confused, Tomoki decides to look for her after meeting with his friends. When Ikaros finds Nymph, they're attacked by the Harpies. Hurt by the betrayal, Nymph protects Ikaros, but gets knocked down. Tomoki, unsure where to go, is joined by his friends. They arrive as the Harpies start to tear out Nymph's wings. Ikaros reveals her true identity as a powerful angeloid capable of destruction. Tomoki already knows and tells her to protect Nymph and fight back. Ikaros battles the Harpies while Tomoki and the others try to free Nymph. They manage to do it as Ikaros defeats the Harpies. As the battle ends, it starts snowing. They celebrate Christmas at Tomoki's house, also marking it as Ikaros and Nymph's first birthday. Tomoki invites them to stay with him, and surprises them with orange seeds. Ikaros smiles for the first time. And this is all for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.